Later, I noticed that the mother used the water I had brought for worshipping the master, and she drank it also. The next day I thought, since the mother was drinking this water, I should bring it again, though she forbade me. This water is undoubtedly purer than the water of Banerjee's pond. So I took the pitcher to the river as before, collected the water in the same way, and brought it to the mother. Seeing the water, the mother angrily said, "Why have you brought this water? Who has asked you to bring it? I forbade you, and still you are bringing the water. I am satisfied with this local water. Will you not obey me? Do not bring water any more." I kept quiet, but I noticed that she used that water again. The next day, I brought water from the sandbank of the Amadar River and placed the pitcher once more near the altar of the master. This time, the mother became very much irritated and told me, "I am forbidding you repeatedly, and still you are bringing the water. Will you not listen to me?" Observing that the mother was enjoying the water, I emphatically replied, "Mother, I go to bathe in the river every day, and I will bring water for you. If you wish, drink it. Otherwise, don't drink it, but I will bring water every day." At this, the compassionate mother told me in an affectionate voice, "My son, you are bringing that water, and I am drinking it with great relish. This water is really good for my health. I forbade you because I did not want you to suffer from carrying this water such a long distance." I deeply felt her motherly affection and compassion.
So this is the reason. Generally, what happens? One should not disobey Guru. And Holy Mother especially. Holy Mother, not only Guru, but the Divine Mother. And her disciple is disobeying. And Holy Mother is scolding. Why? Because she knew that to bring water from that distance is troublesome. I mean, it requires lots of say effort. So she was forbidding. But see, this kind of disobeying is not harmful. But of course, in spiritual practices, whatever Guru teaches, that is to be followed. So this motherly affection, so that my child is not in trouble, so that is her consideration. So this is to be learned. Yes, go ahead.
On one other occasion, I disobeyed the mother. Mandakini, an attendant of the mother, was suffering from pneumonia with a high temperature, chills, and chest pain. I said, "Mother, let me arrange for Manda's stay in a nearby neighbor's cottage, which will be convenient for looking after her." The mother replied, "No, she has come to serve me. Where will she go? She will stay in my room." Manda made her bed on the floor between the master's altar and the mother's cot. It became inconvenient for the mother to get up and down from her cot and perform worship to the master. Moreover, her rice, dal, puffed rice, and other groceries were in her room, and she would meet the devotees there also. I could find no solution, so I went to Kolpara ashram and informed Swami Keshavananda of the situation. He agreed to look after the treatment and nursing of the patient.
Okay, one thing. We don't have any idea how big it is. Of course, Paul, you have seen. Very small place, say maybe double of this, 10 feet by 10 feet maybe, or maybe even less. So in that small place, Guru Maharaj's shrine and her bed, and there's the Mandakini. So it is how difficult it was. And one thing I forgot to tell that The main cause of death that time, at the time of Holy Mother, in villages was cholera. And it was because of infection uh, through water. And the whole village would die like this. Like we have seen recently the COVID, that COVID-like situation. Then malaria. Number one is cholera and then malaria. Lots of people used to suffer that time. Now, of course, the situation has changed. But that time it was unthinkable. And the main cause was the water pollution. Though one could take boiling water, but you see, villagers, they were not very educated in that matter. And later filters also started coming. Now, almost in every home, there is filter. RO, when reverse osmosis. So this is the rural Bengal. And here we see that disciple is helpless. But then he consults Keshavanandji. Yes. In a very small house, how everything mother was managing, and because she came to serve her, so her consideration. Yes.
On my way back to Jairambati, I arrived for a palanquin and
Arranged.
bearers in Haldi village and
Arranged.
asked them to come to the mother's house the next morning.
Yeah. That, not that is arranged a palanquin.
Right, I arranged for a palanquin. Oh, yeah. All these arrangements were made without consulting the mother. When Holy Mother saw the palanquin in the morning, she asked me with wonder, "My son, who is going by palanquin?" I replied, "Mother, we have decided to send Manda to Kolpara ashram where she will get treatment. Swami Keshavananda has taken responsibility for her treatment and diet. There will be no difficulty." Hearing this, the mother angrily said, "Why have you brought the palanquin without asking me? She has come to serve me. Where will she go? She will stay here. Who has given you permission to bring the palanquin?" Determined, I said, "Mother, I will not listen to your order. I am sending her to Kolpara." Wow. Holy Mother replied, "Then you won't obey my order?" "No, Mother, I won't listen to your order in this respect. Moreover, Radu's son comes to your room, and this is not good for him." The mother did not say anything. I asked Manda to get ready, which offended her immensely. Her desire was to stay with the mother all the time. Although there was great difficulty with her staying in Jairambati, she preferred to be near the mother if she were to die. She was reluctant to move anywhere else, and she too was mad at me.
So, like infection, that fear of infection. Say, not only cholera and malaria, even so many other infectious diseases, and especially in tropical countries. Here it is much less. There is almost nothing. But there lots of infectious diseases, measles and whatnot, everything. So that's why, and when children are very, very vulnerable. Yes. Tuberculosis, yes. Even now it is there, but now it has reduced a lot. So when Manda is nearby, there was a chance that Radhu's son will be infected. So that was the concern. Yes.
When the mother went to Punyapukur, a pond, I told Manda, "You have come to serve the mother, and now you are thinking only of yourself. Can't you feel the mother's difficulties?" As soon as the mother returned, I kept quiet. Again, when the mother went out, I insisted, if you do not want to give trouble to the mother, please get in the palanquin. Don't delay any more. You will have to go to Kolpara. Reluctantly, she got up from her bed and got into the palanquin. As soon as she left, we cleaned the mother's room, and slowly the bad odor of the patient disappeared. Later, the mother told me, it is good that she was sent to Kolpara. She had a desire to stay with me. She came to serve me, so I forbade you from sending her against her wishes. After a few days, Manda was cured of pneumonia and returned to Jairambati. I felt guilty that I
So
had
this,
disobeyed the mother, my guru. Later, I told my story to Swami Sharadananda, and he reassured me, there is no fear. You disobeyed the mother for her own welfare. Remember, whenever you disobey the mother, let there be no self-interest in your mind. Let your actions be for her service and convenience.
yeah, so like this is the difference. One, Mandakini, she was insisting to remain there because of her own interest. Whereas this Swami was doing for the good of mother and good of others. It could have infected others. So that is why it was right decision to send her back. And mother was considered of that poor lady. So this is the situation and what we have to do. This is a very important thing to consider. Many times we face such dilemma in our lives, what to do and what not to do. So whatever decision that you take, if it gives you satisfaction, joy, confidence, fearlessness, that is good. But whatever brings you doubt, whatever brings you, say, fearfulness, whatever brings you misery, that is not good. Here we can see the Swami was so confident that even he did not obey mother. That is the right decision. So the thought behind is whether I am selfish or unselfish. Many times we have selfish end and we want to make that selfish end fulfilled through others. But here we find that the disciple of Holy Mother is so considerate that it is not for the good of others. It is for good of others, not for his selfish end. So this is to be understood. Yes.
The story of Jadu. In 1911, Holy Mother returned from her South Indian pilgrimage and went to Jairambati for Radu's wedding. Swami Sharadananda, Yogin Ma, Golap Ma, and others were present during the marriage ceremony. The mother was pleased and relieved when Radu was married and went with her husband to Tajpur. The evening when the newly married couple left, Swami Sharadananda was in a jovial mood. He praised Brahmachari Jadu for his untiring work in arranging Radu's marriage. Swami Ishanananda recorded.
Now, one thing to be noted, we monks are forbidden, or we don't go to any marriage, neither we arrange. But this is a different, it's Holy Mother's family. That is why Swami Sharadanand also was there, and also the Brahmachari. So this is extraordinary. Generally, monks do not participate in any way in marriages. Why? Because marriage is a bondage. And a monk should think about beyond all bondages. So they do not do anything, whatever, or they keep away themselves from such things where there is bondage or temptations. So we can see here how Saradananda also in jovial mood. And not only that, Swami Vivekananda also participated one or two marriages, and he say gave some message in a letter. So this we find out of the way that Swami Saradanandaji goes there and praises brahmachari. Yes.
There was a heavy rain and thunderstorm in the evening, and Brahmachari Jadu prepared a smoke for Sharat Maharaj. Imitating the East Bengal accent, the Swami humorously said, "Jodo, if you can collect 108 podyo now and offer them at the feet of the mother, then you will receive her unlimited grace and blessings in one day, and you will achieve the results of your daily worship with podyo."
Yeah, Poddo means Poddo. Poddo means it's like lotus flower. I think there is a note also. According to the colloquial language of East Bengal, Jodu, Yadu, Jadu. Actually, there's Yadu, Yadunath. Yadu means the clan of Sri Krishna. So the name is given Yadunath. So in Bengali, Yadu becomes Jadu because it's pronounced from the same tongue, same place. So Jadu is pronounced as Jodo. And Padma is flower, lotus, as Poddo. So Padma means lotus. So here, that's why. So he had some rhyme. Yes.
You are a Bengal, a man of East Bengal known for tenacity, and this will be a test of your devotion and enthusiasm. Although Jadu had worked hard for Radu's wedding, disregarding the rain and muddy roads, he had picked some lotuses every day from a pond and offered them at the feet of the mother. When Sharat Maharaj made that comment, Jadu immediately left in search of more lotuses. It was pitch dark and raining heavily with lightning and thunder. Concerned, Sharat Maharaj got up and called him, "O Jodo, please come back." But the stubborn Jadu did not pay any heed to that call.
No, not only this, the ponds are full of, are infested with lots of venomous snake, cobra, etc. Every year, many people die in Bengal, even today, because of the snake bite. But he disregarded everything. It's out of devotion and devotion to Holy Mother. Just imagine how much devotion. Yes. Holy Mother.
Oh yeah. Holy Mother finished her kitchen work and was seated on her cot with her feet dangling. Someone told her about this incident, but she did not say anything. After an hour, Jadu returned, drenched with rain, with 108 lotuses from a pond 1 mile away. He offered those lotuses at her feet and bowed down to her. The mother blessed him by placing both of her hands on his head. Sharat Maharaj remarked, "Well, let his will be done. I hope he does not get sick." I heard that after some time, Jadu contracted malaria, and after suffering for a while, he passed away in full consciousness in the hospital of the Ramakrishna mission at Kankhal.
Yeah. So this devotion, exemplary devotion. Like two hands like this, putting on the head. So mother fully blessed him. Yes.
The story of Banku. Once a young monk asked Bhai Bhupati, a devotee of Ramakrishna,
Yeah.
"Could you tell us
Bhai
what
Bhupati,
made the master most happy?"
yeah,
He
so
replied, "The
just a minute.
master became very happy when a person renounced kamani kanchan, lust and gold. Similarly, Holy Mother was pleased when she found someone who had renounced hearth and home to become a monastic."
One thing, that Bhai Bhupati that you can see in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, he was uh, part of the devotees who used to listen to Holy Sri Ramakrishna. So Bhai Bhupati is one of the character. Okay.
Banku, also called Bankim, was Holy Mother's second cousin. So in Hindu society, she was considered his aunt. Banku's mother died when he was young. He was raised by his mother's aunt and grandmother in his native village of Pukure,
Yeah.
a couple of miles south of Jairambati. From his childhood, Banku had a sweet, melodious voice and was drawn to music. When he grew up, he learned to sing the stories of the Ramayana, and he gathered together a professional singing group. Banku charmed his audiences by singing different episodes from the Ramayana. He also performed Lila Kirtan, songs on an avatar's life, and danced with anklets and a chamara, a yak-tail fly whisk. Banku became famous in the Jairambati area. Holy Mother was fond of him and once arranged for him to perform Ramnam Kirtan in her residence. One day, Banku suddenly disappeared. One
So
morning,
that just a minute, just a minute. In Indian condition, see here every say people generally take name, but there it's all relative. Mashi, Pishi, and they have names. Mother's sister is called Mashi. Father's sister is called Pishi. Then father's younger brother is called Kaka. Father's elder brother is called, here it's all brother, right? But there it's not like that. So all relations are there. So that's why this is just clarification that even in the whole village, somebody will be related, or oh Mashi, oh Pishi, like this. So Banku, yes.
One morning, Satish Biswas, one of Holy Mother's neighbors, saw Banku at the Amadar River. He had become a monk. Satish brought Banku to his home so that Holy Mother and the villagers could see him. Holy Mother generally did not visit the homes of other villagers. Brahmachari Gopesh, later Swami Saradeshananda, was a friend of Banku, so he accompanied Holy Mother to see him. Many people were there, including Satish's aunt Banu. When Banu saw Holy Mother, she said to Satish, "Oh Satish, you have great fortune today that the mother has come to your house. Please give her a seat and bow down to her." Satish's wife spread a carpet on the mud floor of their veranda, and Holy Mother sat there dangling her legs. She wore a sari with a thin red border and a little veil on her head. Her hands were on her lap, and her hair hung over her right shoulder. Her face was serene and joyful. There were sacks of paddy by her side. It was as if Mother Lakshmi were seated at the house of a fortunate householder. Banku bowed down to Holy Mother with great devotion and stood in front of her. She graciously blessed him and remarked, "Banku has become a monk. Very good, very good. He made the right decision." Banku remained silent. He had long hair and he wore a long cloak and wooden sandals. He carried a brass water pot in one hand and a staff in the other. Banku's aunt, Bhavani Devi, began to cry when she saw him in monastic dress. Some villagers disapproved of Banku becoming a monk because they wanted him to remain a professional singer. However, Holy Mother supported Banku and praised his monastic life. She said, "It is good that Banku has become a monk. What is in this physical body? See how I am suffering from rheumatism? This body is so impermanent that finally it ends up as 4 pounds of ashes. It is wonderful that Banku has become a monk and gone to the path of God. He has made the right decision." All of the villagers listened quietly to the mother's remarks.
Okay, see, like in India, lots of monks you'll find with locks here, and they have chimtas like the tongue, and then whatnot, the water pot. So generally, what happens? People think that that's the sign of a monk. But here in Ramakrishna order, it's a totally different kind of monks. So, on a personal note, when first time I went to see my mother, then people thronged to see me, and then people asked especially one of the distant sister. So asked, "Brother, where is your tongue and where is your locks?" So that is the way people dress in India. And you can find the Kumbh Mela, lots of various kinds of attires and looks. So, yeah, like and another thing that worldly people, I mean, householders, when they find someone has become monk from their own family, they cannot, have digested. They think, oh, he has gone. So, but modern monks are different, and especially Ramakrishna order. They are well dressed and even well fed. So this is the privilege that we have. Anyway, go ahead.
Holy Mother invited Banku to her home and asked Gopesh to accompany him. After returning to her cottage, Holy Mother served refreshments to Banku and asked him to have lunch with her. After lunch, she told Banku that he could stay with her as long as she wanted. Banku was not well, but he recovered under Holy Mother's care. Although he generally practiced silence, from time to time he talked to Holy Mother and Gopesh. In the morning and evening, he would sing some baul songs according to his mood. Gradually, he got well, and then early one morning, he disappeared. No one knew where he went.
One thing, the songs, that baul songs, are really very, very poetic, and also it conveys the temperate nature of, or this illusory nature of this world, and instructs a person to find what your real nature is. And in song, and even today, you'll find baul song, that Pakhi, like this is encased, the bird is encased in this body, and bird should be freed. And oh Guru, tell me how to go about it, like that. Lots of songs are there which are spiritual in nature, not for enjoyment. And most probably, Banku was influenced because of that. He used to sing that, and he would contemplate. And one day he thought, what I am doing, let me find the way. So that's the reason.
Swami?
Yes.
He did not join the Ramakrishna order, though?
No, that time Ramakrishna order was not this famous. There, in India, lots of traditions are there. And bauls are, we have lots of rules. One should be 25 years old, one should be educated, one should be this and that. but he may not have that, and he was inspired, and he got some say tradition or a guru from some tradition, and then he got initiated in that. Lots of monks are there. Even the Shankaracharya established 10 Dashanami Sampradaya. Dashana means 10 categories of monks. Like we are Puris. Similarly, we are some are Saraswati, Aranya, like that. So many. All are started by Bhagavan Shankaracharya. And other than this is Nath Sampradaya, and then the Kashmiri Shaivism, and so many others, innumerable. So, of Ramakrishna Mission, of course, there are so many rules one should follow, and one should be physically fit, mentally alert, all kinds of things. So, but outside it's not that. You can go and find a guru and you get initiation, and you have to follow. Yes.
Gauri Ma's surprise visit. Once Gauri Ma went to see Holy Mother in Jairambati. She went to Kolpara from Vishnupur and continued to Jairambati with Brahmachari Bharata as a guide. They arrived at the Amadar River in the late afternoon and waited till it was dark before continuing to Holy Mother's cottage. Gauri Ma asked Brahmachari Bharata to wait outside. She then stood at the threshold and imitated a beggar's voice, calling out, "Mother, may I have some alms?" Radha's mother, Surabala, came out and inquired, "Who is there?" Gauri Ma repeated, "Mother, may I have some alms?" Surabala cried out in fear when she saw Gauri Ma in the dark and ran to Holy Mother. Immediately the mother came out from her room and said in a firm tone, "Who is there?" Gauri Ma replied, "Mother, I am a night beggar. May I have some alms?" Although it was dark, Holy Mother recognized Gauri Ma's voice and said, Oh, Gordasi, please come in. When did you arrive?" It was a joyful reunion.
Okay. So that it was a joyful reunion. Some beggars, some beggars don't go at daytime because they'll be recognized. But suppose one has the respect, self-respect, so they would go incognito. That's why nighttime beggars. Now Gauri Ma was playful, so she wanted to have some fun. And that Surabala was that mad ant. So she was afraid. And mother thought first in the beginning, he thought, who is there? So, but then she recognized. Then it was a happy reunion, joyful reunion. So mother's life is not that all seriousness, rather all kinds of things we find. Yes, go ahead.
Holy Mother and the village caste system. Ramakrishna said, "The caste system can be removed by one means only, and that is the love of God. Lovers of God do not belong to any caste. The mind, body, and soul of a man become purified through divine love. A Brahmin without this love is no longer a Brahmin, and a pariah with the love of God is no longer a pariah. Through bhakti, an untouchable becomes pure and elevated. As the Master accepted and instructed all, so did Holy Mother. She accepted all as her own children and did not care for the discrimination of the rigid caste system. She indiscriminately initiated many people, including those of the low castes. Some of her non-Brahmin disciples helped with her household work and also helped the cook in the kitchen. But the orthodox, narrow-minded Brahmin villagers in Jairambati and surrounding villages, and even her own brother Kali Kumar, did not approve of her Catholic views.
You see, like this is some practices are still there, but it's almost gone. And it's illegal in public places to practice this. Especially in restaurants, etc., you cannot discriminate. But I have seen, say that was 1980s. We went to Nepal, and inside the village, those who are lower caste, they would go about 100 years away, and they won't come near. So this practice is still in some pockets, maybe somewhere there, but in general, it has gone now. And Swamiji said, this caste system was practiced in some time. Now the time has gone. Now you should go. And it has gone. And for that, many political leaders also helped, like Mahatma Gandhi. Harijan movement, etc., like that. So anyway, go ahead.
As a result, the social leaders of the Jairambati area directly and indirectly put pressure on Holy Mother. They also collected a heavy subscription on the occasion of her Jagadatri Puja or any function in her family, which they spent during their public festivals. Holy Mother told them, if you need any money for the public Shitala worship or Yatra performance, I shall contribute. But why are you unreasonably demanding? I am forbearing your unjust demands, but in the future my children will not tolerate them. The mother protested to the leaders of the village, but when one of her disciples wanted to take action against them, she said, they behave like animals. It is a misuse of energy to fight with them. My son, we must hiss, but not bite, or they will take advantage of us. Once during...
So this is a practical solution. Like you have to hiss sometimes, but you should not bite. So Holy Mother would protest. But then, as mother is all the time forbearing, so she would contribute also. It should not be go unprotested. Protest should be there. But drastic action, especially for householders, is not good for, because then the system breaks away. You know, like Sri Ramakrishna instructed through that brahmachari story, the snake and brahmachari, that brahmachari asked the snake not to bite, but he did not forbid the snake to hiss. But for monks, even they should not hiss. Whatever comes, they should take it. They should forbear. Okay.
Once during Jagadatri Puja, Holy Mother's brother Bharata was distributing food to a group of villagers that included Brahmin landlords from Jibta village. One of the monks, who was not a Brahmin by birth, put some ashes from the homa fire on Bharata's forehead. According to strict caste rules, the food being served was then considered polluted. Immediately, the Brahmins in the group stood up to leave with their food unfinished. Their leaving would have been inauspicious for the puja. Holy Mother rushed to them and humbly requested that they finish their meal. Finally, they penalized Holy Mother 25 rupees and sat down again and ate the food. That was a lot of money back then, right? 25 rupees.
Yes, yes. You know, I'll tell one of my experience. I went to Puri Jagannath. So, you know, seeing that nobody is nearby, I touched the garment of Lord Jagannath. And there was hue and cry. Pandas means that priests came from all corners and said, oh, chui deche. That means he has touched the garment of Lord. So what to do. So they took me to the temple court. So temple court fined me about 32 rupees. And when M visited that same temple, and Sri Ramakrishna told him that you have to embrace Jagannath. Like that's, one should go and embrace. So he thought how to do. Immediately idea came. He had lots of coins. He spread all over the floor. So pandas are busy gathering those coins. In the meantime, he embraced Jagannath. So anyway, that is, kind of punishment through fine. So 25 rupees mother had to pay. I had to pay only 30 or 30 rupees anyway.
You could not do anything like that, Maharaj.
No, it was, they are
Without
very, very
paying back
strict.
what-
And see, I was afraid if they beat me, So I prayed to Jagannath.
Oh
Okay.
my.
Right.
This news reached Calcutta. A few days later, Lalit Chattopadhyay came to Jairambati with a gramophone and a pistol. Every day, Lalit played a gramophone records in Holy Mother's living room to entertain the villagers. The people of Jairambati had never seen a gramophone and were amazed to hear music coming from a machine. One day, the landlords from Jibta, who had penalized Holy Mother, came to hear the gramophone. Lalit played a couple of records for them, but then he took out his pistol. He said angrily, "Those who have collected a fine from the mother, please beg forgiveness from her and return the money, or I shall shoot you."
Gramophone, and many people may not have seen, but I have seen in my childhood. And I also used to wonder who is singing. So I used to think that maybe in that box somebody is hidden there. So though it is a small box. So that time it was a great attraction for villagers especially, and also like bioscope. Bioscope means that various pictures would go and one would see like this. So yes.
Swami, is that the thing you wind it up kind of, or like like
wind.
a bicycle pedal, yeah.
Correct. And also they sing Tara Jodi Chole Galo, then this came, then like this. And then they would show some pictures like Taj Mahal and this and that various temples. So, and they'll sing also, especially in village fair, that happened. Okay.
Amazing. Holy Mother, her sisters-in-law, and some other women were outside the room listening to the gramophone. When Lalit got up with his pistol, the mother tried to stop him. But the heroic devotee said to her, "Mother, now I am your terrible child. I shall not listen to you. These people think that you are helpless and live in Jairambati with no one to protect you. They must beg forgiveness from you and from me too." The landlords begged forgiveness from the mother and returned the money.
So great
Chapter 5 describes the beginning and tradition of the Jagadatri Puja in Jairambati. This annual worship of the Mother of the Universe was closely connected with Holy Mother. Every autumn, the monks and devotees participated in this event, and Holy Mother's presence created an ethereal mood. She seldom missed Jagadatri Puja in Jairambati. Holy Mother even prolonged the festival by keeping the image of Goddess Jagadatri for 3 days so that the people of Jairambati and its adjoining villages could enjoy food, music, and yatra performances longer.
Yeah, see like this. Durga Puja has got 3 or 4 days. Shashti, that Bodhan, invocation. then Saptami, Ashtami, Navami. Navami end, then the final worship happens, but Dashami also, that day mother is being say send off. So that day also. So 4-5 days. Now in the case of Jagadhatri also similar. 7, 8, 9. So 3 days. And still in Jairam Bhati, the tradition is kept. And especially that puja, Jagadhatri puja. Even I don't remember whether they do Durga puja. Nowadays, yes, now they do. And Jagadhatri puja is also very special. So mother would keep it. So 6, 7, 7, 8, 9 days. I mean, so lunar days. We call it like full moon, and before full moon, this is 7th day, 8th day, and 9th day. Saptami, Ashtami, Navami. Yes.
One evening after Vespers, the monks and devotees began to sing some devotional songs in Prasanna's parlor, including the following. Do not worry about the vision of the mother. She is the mother of everyone, not simply of you and me. She is the mother of the untouchables as well as the Brahmins. If one calls on the mother once, his life never goes in vain. To hear the call, Mother, Mother, from the children, the Divine Mother remains behind the door, because if they see her, they will not call her anymore. If the mother were cruel, she would not give birth to children. The world would become barren and people would suffer without food. When you perspire profusely, who is the air that cools you? The devotee.
So time is up. So would you, or we may continue this, and yes, go ahead.
Should do it like up to like Holy
Yes.
Mother's
Correct.
locat, like that next little thing. The devotees joyfully clapped their hands and repeated some lines from the song. Holy Mother listened attentively. That night, Holy Mother told Brahmachari Bharata, "Aha, that song was simply captivating. It is true that devotees have no caste. All children are the same to me. I wish I could feed them from the same plate. But this wretched country has such pride regarding caste. In any case, there's no problem regarding puffed rice because it is not cooked food. Tomorrow, early in the morning, go to Kamarpukur and buy 2 seers, 4 pounds of jalebis from the shop of Satya Maira." The next morning at 9 o'clock, Bharata went to Kamarpukur and bought the jalebis. That's jalebis, but it looks like jalipis, right?
Yeah, jalebi is actually, this was it is foreign, jalebia, and then jalebi, then jilipi. In Bengali, it is jilipi. So name changes. Say halwasia, halwai, halwasi. So jalebia, jalebi, jilipi, like that.
The mother offered some to the master and then arranged them around heaps of puffed rice on a big plate. She sent this to the devotees in Prasanna's parlor. A dozen monks and devotees joyfully began to eat breakfast as Holy Mother stood in another room and watched.
One thing, if it is cooked in ghee, that also is considered as paka. So kacha like rice, and people will hesitate to take. But if it is fried in ghee, so that's holy. So all kinds of things are there.
Observing people coming from various places in India to visit Holy Mother, the villagers gradually realized that devotees are in a special class. One day, some children were playing in front of her cottage as Holy Mother was seated on the veranda. Seeing some new people, a boy asked, "Who are they?" The other boy replied, "They are devotees." "What is their caste?" The other boy replied wisely, "Don't you know? They are devotees." As she listened to the boys' conversation, Holy Mother remarked, "Look, anything that comes from the mouths of children becomes true. They understand perfectly that devotees form a separate caste."
Yes. So, even if foreign devotees, they are all children of mother. I am the mother of good and I'm mother of bad also. So that's wonderful. And in mother, we all are one. There is no separation, no separate identity. Mm. Yeah, that song is very nice.
Thanks,
Okay.
Swami.
So we'll say our prayer. But before, Akshay, anything?
Yes, like in the temples, they don't let us stay, and the priest just pushes us out. I cannot see the image only.
Deity. Okay. So what you have to do, that there is a um, way of seeing deity. My teacher, my teacher told me, when you go to see a deity in a temple, stand like, lowly. You are of nobody. You have no importance. And you are a beggar, as it were. That is the humility one should think of. And that way, that darshan is better. Year before last, I went to Dakshineshwar. I followed this. And in Dakshineshwar temple, lots of crowds come and go. Hardly visible. And when you stand at distance, sometimes you see a little glimpse of it, mother. But that gave me impression that, oh, I could not see mother, but mother saw me. And that impression is more important, beautiful. And not to think that, oh, I am a devotee, so I should go there. The thing is, suppose in India, say 10,000 people go to have darshan. Can you accommodate 10,000 people there? Not even 1,000, not even 100. And people would not leave easily. But thousands of people are waiting. So we have to have a balanced understanding. It's not that the priests are bad. Of course, they sometimes they do something unusual thing which they should not do. But they are also human beings. And we have to consider their limitations also. And in some places there are categories. If you pay 1,000 rupees, then you are preferred. So that type of thing is not good. But from a devotee's perspective, you have to think this way, that whenever you go for a darshan, that you are to be humble. You are to be, you have to give way to others. This way you can see the difference. I also went inside in other occasion, inside the Dakshineshwar temple garden, the temple, mother's presence. But I felt uneasy because so many people are there standing in queue, and I am taking preference. So, because I'm a monk, so they gave me this special privilege. Rather, when I stood at the Nat Mandir means where the play is, the drama is played. So from Nath Mandir, I saw, and I hardly saw mother, but that gave me more satisfaction than when I went inside. So this is the way. You can, next time you can follow this. Don't mind, the priest did not allow you to stay there or go inside. Everybody cannot go inside. Then the whole thing will be polluted because of their presence and lots of crowds, etc. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll say our prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tatsat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Now I'll tell you about Jagannath. Jagannath Mahaprabhu comes out from the temple on special occasion. Jagannath suffers from influenza. So that time he visits his maternal aunt, Masir Bari. Okay. So every year, when they take the car, every year it will stuck at the middle. And even if try, you cannot take. So Jagannath remains there the whole night. That is the time people go and embrace Jagannath. Because they are inside, they cannot go. And it's restricted. But Jagannath comes out because he's compassionate. And not only that, there was a Muslim devotee and he could not go. So Jagannath visits on the way. So this is, our traditions are made in such a way that all are accommodated. And think about this. This body is like a ratha. Ratha means car, the big structure that you see, ratha. And inside that is Jagannath. So Jagannath is within you, not only outside, but we need outside help to see the inside Jagannath. So that is why all our temples are very important. They are centers of power. This time, Ram temple became number 1 in the whole world. 240 million people visited Ram temple in Ayodhya this year. Wow. Broke all records of all places. Even Vatican is about 24 million maybe. 240 million. And even Taj Mahal, it broke all record. And in Varanasi, that Vishwanath temple. And though outside you'll see lots of crowd and dust and dirt, but you'll feel the difference. So one should be looking inward, introspecting. It's not that outside everything. The Jagannath is within. Car is this one. This body is the car. And within that is the Jagannath. That Kathopanishad also says this. Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi. Atma is Rathi, the possessor of Ratha. And then the horses are there, like so senses are horses. And it wants to take to various directions. But it is the self that who controls everything. So not only outside, you have to see inside also. Okay. Thank you very much.
And Maharaj.
Jai
And
Jai. Namaste.